Hey guys, Maddie Nelson here. Sorry for the awkward position I'm in right now. It has to do with the camera angle and the setting I'm in. It's in a different room right now because it's probably the only quiet and private room I can do this in because I don't really like videotaping around people. So this is my laundry room. Pardon me if you hear background sounds, that's just my washer behind me. So the biggest fad to come around here would have to be Pokemon. It's about little creatures that you can capture that have attacks. For example, this one's P-Dub. It has the attack Fly Up, which means it can fly up and dodge any other attacks. Peck. It does damage, and there's some called hit points. They lose all their hit points, they're knocked out temporarily. And there's a lot of merch to this, honestly. But the main center about this is the TV show. It's called Pokemon, same thing as all the other stuff, like the games and everything. The show's set up just like the games. There are bosses, like you have to fight a line boss. It's called gym leaders. Once you beat all the gym leaders, you go to a Pokemon league, defeat all the gym leader beaters, and then once you defeat the Pokemon league, you go up to beating the final four, and then you go up to the champion. Once you beat the champion, you're technically through the league. Like, you're basically through the region, which is like a state. Once you're through the region / state, you can move up to the next one. There are, I think, 6 or 7 halls. Yeah, I don't know. But it's Kanto, Johto, Hoenn. I think Hoenn comes first, but I'm not sure. And then Sinnoh, then Unova. Unova is the previous one going on. And the story never really changed that much, except there's new situations they're in. Like, there's new friends. It all starts out with a Pokemon trainer named Ash Ketchum, and he gets his first Pokemon at a laboratory. His name is Pikachu, the cutest Pokemon ever. And they bond together, they fight battles, they beat gym leaders, they do all that stuff. Hold on, sorry the camera, we're having technical difficulties at the moment. Sorry, this is not a very good camera. Alright, you may not see much of my face during the video because of the camera angle and the way it is and everything. And I'm trying to get a good view of all the merchandise. And so right here we have the Pokédex, which you see currently during the show. Then you see all the literature. And then there's stuffed animals. And there's some merch that you really can't put in the category that they made. And then there's action figures, and of course, what made Pokemon special, the cards. And then there's video games. I don't own any of the video games because I do not own a video game system. I'm more of a reader, drawer, doer, etc. And now I'm going to show you some of the 2 rarest cards there are, but first we need to tackle down the basics. Alright, hold on a moment. Mainly, you'll see Pokemon cards, which are cards that resemble the creatures known as Pokemon. They'll have attacks, and you see these little circle things? Those are called energy cards. It'll have a certain picture on the circle, and you have to get that many. If you see a white one with a star in the middle, that means you can use any type of energy card. If you see right here in this one, it's called Gulpin. These are called hit points. And once you do damage to the other, let's say it was Gulpin versus Gulpin. Excuse me. And let's say he uses Drool. You subtract 20 minus 60, of course, everyone knows that's 40. But I'm going to show you the top 2 rarest cards I own. I have a holographic Charizard worth about $125 on eBay. Then I have a Rayquaza champion level X. Sorry, I'm a little sick. Whew. Okay. So there's plushies, there's everything. I'm going to start with the plushies. They are so soft at times, but other times they can be made out of rough felt. Either way, they're highly detailed. This one's called Gengar. He's my favorite Pokemon. And honestly, it has to be one of my favorite pieces of merchandise, besides cards and a couple other things. Next are the action figures. They are very detailed and they can make even the strangest looking Pokemon adorable. They enhance details, they add a bit of awe factor to them. So it makes them very interesting and cool to look at. And plus some of them are mobile, like you can turn the head or move an arm. This one you really can't do anything because it's kind of like a big cow. And then there's that uncategorized merchandise. I have one of those. It's called a throw Pokeball. You put a little plush in here, close it tight, pull the black string, poof, pops out. It's a whole lot better when you're, in a wide space. You pretend to throw it while holding onto the string, and poof, it pops out and lands. It's the most amazing thing. It really shows you that wow factor of Pokemon merchandise. Now, the literature is unique because it comes in comics, like these are manga or manga, whatever you want to call it, and these are basically comic books, like this. But you read them right to left because that's the way Japanese comic books work. Because you would read it like, hold on a second, let me find a good example. Maybe like, what are you doing? Be quiet. And the words are just white noise and blah blah blah. It's like you read it like a regular comic, except right to left. Not the words right to left, but the speech bubbles. Like, let's pretend this is a speech bubble right here, and this is a speech bubble. There's one that says blah, and there's one that says bleh. You wouldn't read blah like you would in English, but said blah bleh. That was just some rough examples, and there's other ones known as guides. Sorry about that. Just kind of collapsed on me. They'll list details about certain Pokemon or even moments in the show. I'm about to get one of those. And of course, another one that's kind of uncategorized is Pogs. Pogs are they're like little cardboard or plastic coins that list something about Pokemon or some other anime or comic or whatever. And it'll show a picture and then it'll say like Pokemon or blah 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 or something on there. Last but not least, it's stuck between two categories. It would be electronics and your average toys, and also there's the meh category, which you really don't know what the heck it's supposed to be. This is your famous Pokédex. It changes from region to region. Alright, let me turn it on. Hold on a second. Is it on? Did you see it? Has the intro and whatnot. And you can do all sorts of stuff. You can look up Pokemon. Here, I'll show you. There's Snivy, he's a grass type. I'm not sure if you can see him or not, but it's a very cool device. Honestly, with my ranking, I'd rate it a 5-star fad. I think it's amazing. It teaches kids about animals. Well, not really, but it's still fun. Well, really, I think that's all we have today. And I'm sorry, there wasn't much about it. I just got a bunch of Pokemon stuff today I wanted to kind of show off. We don't have much time for this video, but I want to say, well, there's some news. We're going to be starting a couple more videos, with more people. Since it's summer, hallelujah, I'm going to start inviting a couple people, doing videos of me going to places. And maybe I might do a couple, guinea pig videos, just that Checkers, I haven't had time to be with Checkers. I'm kind of busy during the summer. And I'm not going to Disney World. I'm not that busy. I just have a lot of chores to do during the summer. I have to study for middle school. I'm not an elementary student anymore. I'm officially a 6th grade middle school student. I'm going to Highland. See you there, Highland people. Well, most of you probably don't live in the Highlands, but hey, peace.